Alexa, play Christmas music. Okay guys, I wanted to create a Christmas decorating marathon for you guys. So you're gonna see all the houses we lived in, including our modern jewel, the flip we did, and so hopefully this gives you lots of inspiration for decorating your home. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, this is a collab with an amazing group of ladies here on YouTube. I'm gonna leave a link down below in my description box, and it's all of our playlists, so it's gonna have all of our videos in it, and all of us are decorating for Christmas. Whether it's their whole house or just a space, we're going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to decorate your Christmas tree this year. So you're definitely going to learn something between one of us. So definitely make sure to click on that when you're finished watching today's video. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ashley. I'm married to my husband Chase, and we have one daughter who is 10 years old, and we love to decorate our tree together. So that's what you're going to see. Every year we put this up as a family. So we're going to go ahead and get started. What's really fun about these marathon videos is you kind of get to go back in the past, so you get to see our old house, you get to see how much we've changed. Savannah's in this, so I just always feel like they're really fun to watch. So this is all my decorations I have pulled down. Like I mentioned earlier as well, I'm not decorating my whole house today because we're actually moving in a few weeks. But I definitely wanted to at least get my tree up so we could be enjoying it. You're going to see a lot of golds and silvers and creams and whites. I like to keep it very glam and very neutral. It's just very calming to me. I think less is more, and I don't like a lot of clutter. So when Christmas comes in, I can get overwhelmed. But I've learned if I don't put color in my house, it'll last so much longer. I do have this big trash bag full of pillows, and before I start decorating my tree, I'm going to go ahead and open them up and just let them be airing out and fluffing up from being in the attic all year. Okay, so if you are new here, you're going to see all different styles because I feel like every year I kind of do something a little different. Plus, we have a modern jewel decor decorating video, and that was like a small little flip we did. So it's like a smaller, cozier house with different vibes. So I feel like this is going to just give you a ton of inspo. So no matter kind of what you're looking for, I think I'm going to touch on it. So I really hope you enjoy it. Now we're going to start working on the tree, so we're going to put in layer by layer. Mine is actually 4 different pieces, and I like to put one piece in at a time and then fluff that. So get that all nice and fluffy, get it all nice and pretty, get it separated. You're going to see me, I'm finding ornaments in here from the year before, which is so funny because you always think you get them all, but you don't. But this is one of my biggest tips, is be sure to fluff your tree, and it is a lot easier if you do it section by section versus putting your whole tree together and then trying to fluff it. Just a moment ago, you watched Savvy and me put on our cute little mama bear and little bear slippers. Chase has them as well. I love these slippers. A sweet subscriber sent them to us last year, and I just love having them to pull out and to wear while we're putting up our Christmas tree. When I have Christmas items like this, I like to keep it in my Christmas tubs because if it stays in my home, I'm probably going to get rid of it or donate it or sell it throughout the year. But if I'll put them in my Christmas tub, it makes it to the next year, and then it's like something new and fun all over again. Santa's coming to visit. So we always decorate in early November for Christmas. It's just been a family tradition. Chase and I started it, and then we've always done it since Savannah has been born, but this one we did even a week earlier than we normally do just because of this fun collab with the ladies. And once again, don't forget to click on that link when you're finished watching. But it was actually beautiful here. So it's normally like cold and chilly or rainy in Oklahoma when we decorate our Christmas tree. We had an amazing week where it was like in the mid 70s. I had windows open, I had my door open, you'll probably see in some clips later on. It was so crazy to be decorating in warm weather. I felt like we were in like Arizona or California or something crazy like that, but it was also so fun and just something different.
Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance.
So if you are here, I wanted to tell you just a little bit about my channel. I do a lot of cleaning motivation here. I love to share cleaning hacks and cleaning tips. I also do a lot of home projects and budget-friendly DIY projects. We're gonna be moving and I'm gonna have a lot of like room decorating. So if any of that inspires you and just makes you happy, I would love to have you join my family here. I have an amazing group of women. You can always talk to them down below in the comments section. I'm always there answering questions. I try to answer all my nice messages and nice comments, so I'm always down there if you need me, or you can find me over on Instagram, and I have my email in the description box as well. So I'm always here if you need me. The women down there in my comment section is amazing, the community we created, and we'd love to have you join it.
I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go.
As you can see now, I go ahead and put on my tree skirt before I decorate my tree. You'll have to let me know, do you do it first or do you do it at the end? I know people like to sometimes do it at the very end. I like to do my star or whatever my tree topper is as the very last, and I don't like seeing the bottom of my tree, so I like to go ahead and put my tree skirt down there, but you'll have to let me know down below in the comment section how you do it. And then my next step, after I put the tree up, I fluffed the tree, I have my tree skirt on. Now we're going to start working with garland. I definitely like to get this on first before I start doing the bulbs and any other decor.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me.
Just in case you're wondering, my tree we actually got last year from At Home. I wanted a flock tree and we were going to try to flock our own tree, and it just did not end well at all. So that's one thing I highly suggest not DIYing. Wait till the end of Christmas this year and get one on major clearance, but I definitely wouldn't DIY your own flock tree, or if you do, go watch somebody else's channel. Mine did not work. And then my garland that I'm putting up is from Big Lots last year. I did just go there this year and I didn't see much of their silver and gold, but I was there before Halloween, so it may come out, but I didn't see a lot of their things that I had bought there the year before. And then all of these big bulbs are from At Home store. I love them. I feel like it really updates a tree. It makes it feel more modern and it fills up a lot of space. So this year I'm not wanting to put a ton on it since I'm moving it. So I went and picked up more of these bulbs just so I could really fill up the tree but not have a ton on it.
Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire.
One tip when you're working with these really oversized Christmas bulbs is you have to make sure they're staying with the shape of your tree. You can see my husband's being so nice helping me, but they're kind of sticking out from the tree. It starts to look a little bit wonky, so you got to make sure you kind of push them in or they hang in those gaps. If you have any like holes in your tree, these are also really perfect for that space because it kind of fills it up. So I did go through later and push those in, so just kind of be on the lookout if you do buy these big bulbs to kind of not lose shape of the tree. Another great tip if you're trying to like elevate your tree, if you're trying to make it look super glamorous and just professional, is put bulbs on the inside of your tree. So you can get cheap ones from like Target, Walmart. Shiny ones, sparkling ones are great, but if you hide them in there, you'll be surprised when you're far away. It gives your tree so much depth. So just don't hang it on the outside of the tree. Definitely put your hand in there and hang them in the middle of it, and it's totally gonna up your decorating your tree game. I promise you, try it. Once you do it, you'll never be able to undo it again. Now Savvy and I are hanging up these like snowflakes. They're super glam. I like to add all different types of texture, especially since I'm not doing a lot of color. I want texture, I want shine, I want glitter. These were picked up from Big Lots last year as well, and they're just super shiny. They catch the light and just add a lot of dimension to it. You'll see I have pearl bulbs on there. Those were from Big Lots. So basically my tree is from Big Lots and At Home. That's where I buy everything. I do like to add in flowers into my tree. This is a really cheap way to fill up a lot of space. For somebody that's like less is more when it comes to my tree, I like it packed and full. So adding in just cheap flowers, you can just cut them off and stick them in there, or just grabbing these little twigs really can fill up those holes, especially if you have a fake tree like me, just so it starts to look real and it doesn't look fake with a lot of gaps. This will also add a lot of sparkle or texture, so definitely just be on the lookout. You can find stuff like this at garage sales all year long, Walmart in the clear section. Just always be on the lookout. You don't have to have a ton to fill up a whole tree. Just get 2 or 3, and when you have tons of clusters of 2 and 3s, it makes a beautiful tree to look at.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be.
So I love the look of anything like clear and sparkly and shiny, like crystal like on my tree. I feel like it hits the light, it just makes it super glam and high class. They also can get very pricey depending on where you get them. When you're out garage selling or you're at Goodwill or wherever you're going, you can find like old chandeliers that are broken and they're selling the pieces. A lot of these pieces are off chandeliers, and I just stick a hook through them and hang them, so it can be a broken chandelier. It can even be one you don't like. If you find a good deal on one, definitely think outside the box and save it for your Christmas tree, because it'll save you a ton of money and it will make your tree look so stunning.
Like to be here too. It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arms. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here.
If you're new here, I wanted to let you know that I do post twice a week on this channel and then once a week on my vlog channel. The vlogs have been a little sketchy lately just because we're packing and moving, but I like to post on Sundays here on Till Vacuum and Wednesdays, and then I try to always put up a Friday vlog if I can. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to both channels. I'll have both links down below in my description box. I recently posted a Christmas shop with me, so if you want to see what's out in stores, if you're not getting out right now, you can definitely check that out. And then my Sunday video, which is 2 days from now, is a whole house declutter. So we're moving. I definitely don't want to take time packing, moving, and unpacking things I no longer need. So I love decluttering my house. It gives me a high. Less is more. I know I've said that several times in this video. So if you want to see me go through my entire house and get rid of a ton of stuff, definitely make sure you're subscribed and make sure that notification bell is turned on because I'd love to have you.
It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
So I did take a break from decorating my tree, and you saw I went and did my kitchen island and my kitchen table. Sometimes when I get overwhelmed, I just walk away from my tree and do something easier, and then I come back. So when I came back and looked at it, I was missing something. Sometimes I put up this fir like garland, but it never looks right. It always looks like tulip paper, and this is not the year to have like tulip paper on my Christmas tree. So I had Chase cut it in strips, and I rolled it up and just stuffed it throughout the tree. I love the fir texture. It almost looks like clusters of snow is on different branches, and this is a really cheap way. Sometimes this garland can get super pricey to cover an entire tree, especially if it's tall like mine. So definitely just think outside the box. You can make bows, you can roll it up. Since it's fur, I can just roll it up and put clusters throughout my tree, and I love the way it looks. Now I'm gonna go back to decorating a little bit. I love to use these cheap bulbs throughout my house. They can go on cake stands, they can go on platters. I'm putting it on just my tier fruit stand, and it just adds a little Christmas throughout, and it's just a great DIY project. It doesn't cost you a lot. You probably didn't use all the bulbs on your tree anyway, so just space them throughout your home to add a little bit of sparkle throughout your entire space.
Downtown, window shopping, listening to the sound from some street crier, caroling through the air, and the smell of the big Christmas tree in the square.
Now I'm going to start working on the pillows. I'm definitely not going to need all these pillows today. Typically these go in my office and our bedroom, and Savannah takes a few, but we're just working on the living room, dining room, and kitchen. So I'm just going to pull out the ones I need. I use them in different places every year since they're neutral. That's what's fun about neutral, is you can use them throughout anywhere in your home, so I can get more bang for my buck. So I'm just going to pull out the ones I'm going to use in here right now, and then I'll go ahead and pack up the rest until we move to the new house. And the last thing we always work on is our tree topper. I've never just found a tree topper that I love and keep from year to year. I feel like when I grew up we had the same angel, but I've just never found one that I've loved for my tree. We've done stars before. I feel like we've done it all, but lately I've been loving this just like burst at the top of our tree. I've seen it a lot on Pinterest. It was affordable. It was easy to do. So this is what we did last year. So we're going to do it again this year. If you're new here, this is my husband, Chase. He's helping me because our tree is extra tall and I can't get to it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take you throughout my house and just show you how everything turned out, how the spaces are that we worked on. As you can see, it is super simple. It was super easy. It only took an hour or two to get all of this done. So putting up Christmas doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be colorful if you don't want it. It doesn't have to be cluttered. Definitely just create the space in your home of how you want it to look and how it functions best for you. Definitely you do you. If you're not doing that any other year, 2020 is the year for you to do you. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm one that doesn't love clutter, but I just love touches of Christmas sprinkled throughout my house, and I think we achieved that really well.
And I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind.
This was definitely my glam phase. I miss this tree. I haven't done like a really full tree in a long time. I may have to add that to like a tree next year. But this video is done, so you got to see this style, and then we're going to be moving on to the next video. And if you didn't like this style, maybe you'll like the next style.
Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. For a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold.
Look at puppy George. I just love going back and seeing these. Like, you can tell he's a puppy. He doesn't have his like real coat yet. He has his puppy coat, so he kind of looks a little ragged. And then I didn't have a rug down. I don't know, it's just crazy. And look at the dark wood floors. So if you missed it, recently this house went up for sale, and I shared pictures of it over on Instagram. So if you want to see what it looks like, definitely check that out.
And some kind of love, my friend, I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas.
Okay, I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. So this doesn't scratch my wood floors because that's metal on wood. This is my front door mat, so you can buy one. They're Ross cheap, or like for Christmas, I'm gonna be putting my Christmas mat out, so I just grabbed this from the outside. Then if I need to move it, I can, and I don't have to worry about scratching up the floors. And then my tree skirt's gonna cover that, so you won't see it anyways. But now it's time to put the tree together. I'm getting really nervous about this guy. He's liking it just a little bit too much.
Outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year. drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend.
Okay, so here is what it's looking like. My biggest tip is to fluff each layer as you go. You can still go back afterwards and fill up any holes, but it's definitely easier if you just put the first layer on, fluff, put the second layer on, fluff, and etc. Obviously, this is if you have a fake tree, not a real tree, but we love our fake trees. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, Chase is working trying to make this even and stand up straight. This is the current situation of the living room. But while he's working on that, I'm gonna go ahead and put a few things out in here. I don't do a ton in our master bedroom because I like to be calming, but we are gonna put a few things out.
It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
Okay, and so here is how this room turned out. I didn't do much. I just added this pillow, this little sparkly throw. I think it was from Target's Dollar Spot last year, but it was like $5. I added some Christmas pillows and a wreath, and I feel like it's just enough. It's calming. It's winter wonderland. I didn't have to spend a ton of money to do it, so I love the way this room turned out.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold.
Okay, so I'm loving how that looks down there. Another little tip I wanted to share for you guys, it's so worth it to buy these little extension cords, and I call them the little stepper, but to turn my tree on and off, all I have to do is step on it, so I'm not plugging it in. We use that on all of our trees, and you can use those throughout the year in your house if you have like lamps or something. But I think it looks really good.
Born the King of angels, come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exultation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Okay guys, we're moving along. We're trying to get kind of most of the decor out before we start the tree. I feel like the tree is the crazy part, and that's where stuff's just everywhere. And I feel like most years we start with the tree, but this year Savannah's been really excited just to get all of our stuff out, and a lot of it was new this year. I will be posting a home tour in 2 weeks, and it's a collab, and I'll talk about where I bought everything at that point and what I've kind of DIY'd and what we've done. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I think we're gonna work on my beauty room real fast because we're gonna do a few touches in there and add a tree, and then we'll come back in and start decorating this one because we have so much new stuff to put on it. I'm so excited.
mother, now in flesh appearing. Come let us.
Okay, so we made a mistake. We put the wrong tree in the wrong base. And so this one fit fine in here in the living room, but now that we're in my beauty room, that tree won't fit in the other base. So luckily we haven't decorated the living room tree yet, but we're gonna have to hoist it out and put it in this one. So that's always fun. But the good news is we didn't decorate it yet. This could be way worse. So we were supposed to use this tree base for this tree. Who knew?
Yeah, I don't even remember this existing until we found it.
I know.
In the garage.
Bet you we won't do that again.
Nope.
But like I said, at least this isn't decorated, so it'll be a little maneuvering. I'll just show it. I'll set up my camera so you guys can see how this all goes down.
Come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Okay, so we have this tree up. It does need more fluffing, but I'll do that as time goes. It is always a good feeling when you plug in your tree and the lights still work.
Because we've had plenty of years where it didn't work.
Yeah, so I love pre-lit trees, but from year to year, you just never know. But I think that's gonna look so good. Like I said, I'm gonna fluff this. You can kind of see those lines in there. But other than that, I'm just leaving it plain and simple and elegant in here in this room. And it's super tall. It doesn't touch the ceiling, but it gets pretty darn close. But I think that'll look so pretty from the outside at night. This is a little puppy tip. We went ahead and wrapped an empty box with wrapping paper, and I keep leaving this around my house to see if George is gonna tear it up, so I know if I can leave presents out or not. So far he hasn't touched it, but he loves paper, so I just kind of keep moving it around to see if he does anything. Okay, I'm at that overwhelming point of like, a lot of it's getting done, but not all of it's done. So I'll show you what trees we have left, and we'll have to find spots for them, but we're down to 4. Okay, and by 4, I mean I have like 4 smaller trees. They're not humongous. I think Savannah found a place, or she has an idea of where she wants to put this. I'll probably put one of these in our guest bathroom. This, sometimes it's been moved a lot of different places. Last year it was on my porch, but this year I put my tree in front of the window, so I won't have to do that. So I've got to find a place for this one as well.
It's December again, I can't believe it. Whatever happened to the rest of the year? It went by so fast, I barely did see it. Now I'm calling all angels high, if you are there, help me find the Christmas spirit again. The Christmas spirit.
Okay, my little tip for your storage tubs, I didn't know this for years, and then it was actually Chase's grandma that taught me this. If you're taking any decor down, so normally I have like fake plants, but this year I actually have real ones, but you can put them into your Christmas tubs, so you're not having to store it out in your house until you take your Christmas down. So whatever things you're taking down to put Christmas up, just throw them in the tub and then put these back in the attic. And then when you go to put Christmas up, you can just flip-flop it out. It's like a game changer. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I didn't. Okay, so we added one of the trees over here. It's just one of the small ones, but I love in the evening just having a glow. I just threw a blanket down there for now to hide the bottom, but I think I'm gonna get like a wicker basket. Fingers crossed George just doesn't chew it up. And then we went ahead and moved this picture over here. So it is slowly coming together.
Downtown, window shopping, listening to the sound from some street crier, caroling through the air, and the smell of the big Christmas tree in the square. Here comes the Christmas spirit again.
Okay, it's looking really good. I'm loving the big bulbs this year. This is the first time I've done this. It adds so much like depth and texture to the tree. The other tip I wanted to give you is when you have these little bulbs right here, it's really smart to put them back in the tree. You don't think you'd see them, but it just adds a nice pop. Like, it looks very professional. When somebody comes in and they're looking at your tree, it just adds so much depth to it when they're inside. So definitely take the time to like push them in there and hang them on those branches. Good job, Savvy. You know how to do it, don't you? Okay, I was gonna use this angel on top of the tree, so we weren't decorating the first part, but it's just too big. I don't know, it didn't look right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take her back. So Chase is moving a few ornaments up there, and we'll have to buy like a gold star or something, but now I'm gonna do a real quick speed clean of all these items. I like to keep these plastic containers to store them in once I take everything down, and you probably can't even tell. No, you can't, but my floor is just like covered in gold glitter. So we're gonna do a little clean time.
Yeah.
What are you two doing over here, relaxing? Yeah?
Claps on me.
I don't know how he's gonna do with the tree. We're gonna find out when we leave. But I think to him, it's nothing but toys. So, fingers crossed.
Walking around, feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where, don't know how. Lately I've come to realize that I can't see it in your eyes, so it's true. I'm so glad you feel it too. Nothing to hide, falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear, falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Summer ended, but we did not. We started something, this thing that we got.
It has been so long since the boys have both attacked my vacuum. Tiger still does it occasionally. When he was younger, he's just like an old man now, but when he was younger, he would do it every time I vacuumed. It just never bothered me. It's just like all I knew because he always did it. And then I guess George must have done it when he was a puppy because like Tiger was doing it, but he never does that now. Like when I vacuum, he almost doesn't like it. He gets up and moves away, but I just thought it was so cute as we were watching these clips because I forgot they both always did that to me.
Walking around, you and me.
Okay, I have one more decorate with me in this house. We were there quite a while, so I had some videos there, but now we're gonna go ahead and decorate again in the same house, and then we'll be switching up houses.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belts. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never.
If you guys are wanting to get this, it is gorgeous. We're gonna see how it goes up. It is very messy, so keep that in mind.
Outside snow's glistening.
Do you guys see the white fireplace there? So we've had that since our very first house. You guys didn't see our first apartment or our first house. I wish I had clips of it. I'll have to share photos on Instagram one day. But originally it had like the fireplace built in, so it had like an electric fireplace, so it looked like a fire and it actually put out heat, but we took it out and made it just kind of look like a real fireplace. And then you guys have seen like through all the videos, if you've been here, it's been in like every space of like that house, every space of our old house, every space of like our new house. I've already itched to switched it like in our current home. It's black now. When we bought that, it was such a big price tag for us to pay, but we have got our money's worth. It has been in every home. Okay, my little tip when you guys, we do this on our tree. What is this called?
Not you say. I don't know.
I know, I can't even think of it right now. But these, the beads. If you put beads on your trees, I just take an old cardboard box and wrap it around them, and then if you rip a spot, that's where you put the last piece, and it keeps them from getting tangled inside your like storage tubs or whatever. So now we're gonna put that on real quick.
It's Christmas, outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Come let.
Here's how it's looking so far. So I think the most important thing to do when you pull it out of the box is fluff, 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 make it nice and full. And then we really didn't have enough fur, but I'm gonna make it work just because we have so many other items. It'll just be a texture on there. And then we added the beads, and I feel like all that goes on better first before you start adding the bulbs, so you're not having to work around those. So now that that's all done, we're gonna just start putting all the ornaments on there. Okay, now I'm gonna start by putting my most important bulbs on. So Savannah thinks these are the best ones that need to go on. So I'm gonna use all these at the same time so that I know they get scattered. If we just start grabbing randomly, then these two might end up by each other and then I'll have to itch because that'll drive me crazy. So I'm gonna grab all the light bulbs and kind of space them throughout.
Glory to God in the highest. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing.
Okay, I like to take these cheaper bulbs, and they're the ones that just come in a big pack. I've had these for years. But if you have a really thin tree or you just like to add a lot, I like to take these cheaper ones and I tuck them way in the back. And they kind of peek back there and make sure they're kind of shiny or have something that stand out about them. And then when you look at a tree, it's so pretty when you even see ornaments on the inside. And so that's a big tip if you want it to look really expensive and nice and full, is hide ornaments back here, even where you think you can't see them. And try to have your ornaments hang where they're not like sitting on a branch. Have them where they're like free hanging like that.
Well, I've got news for you. I know you're waiting. Christmas is right here. Well, I've got news for you. I know you're waiting. Christmas is right here. Hold on, it's time for it to reappear. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Oh yeah, the Christmas spirit's coming on. Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Christmas is a part of me.
Okay, the next layer, so once we get all the bulbs on there, now I do have a few more crystals we're about to add. We have like these to add, but there's not a bunch. After that, I like a full tree, so I like to go in either with like some type of pick Or if you need a cheaper option, there's even like just flowers and you just cut the stem off and then you just cram them in here where there's like gaps or holes, and it starts to fill up the tree and add a lot of texture. So this is a step that I think a lot of people forget, and I feel like it really adds to the tree.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree.
Okay, so it's a wrap on this house. This is the first house you guys ever saw me decorate, but we're gonna be moving on to our second house. In the next clip, I actually have a lot of blonde and it's making me miss it so much, but let's head on to the next video. Before we get started, I wanted to show you a real life behind the scenes tour of my office. So basically I filmed an attic like declutter organizational video that's going to be coming out very soon, but I pulled down all my Christmas and I didn't want to put it back up just for a few days because I knew I was going to be decorating, so we just threw it all in here. Like, I walk every morning over here and I feel like I'm in a forest. I told Chase, don't put it right behind me because if I fall I'm gonna like hit the trees and not be able to get off the treadmill. So this is all full. I still have 3 huge trees out in the garage, so I'm super excited to get all this stuff like decorated in the living room and all those spaces so I can have my office back again. Alexa, play Christmas music on Pandora. It's funny, I feel like I must do that every year where I'm like, hey Alexa, play Christmas music, and I probably bug you guys every year because your Alexis turns on, but going back and watching these videos, I didn't realize how often I did that, but it's just a really cool way to start out a Christmas video.
Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
So a tip that I've learned along the way is to have a theme. Even if it's kind of vague, have an idea so you know what you're gonna be doing in your house. It really helps you when you're shopping, so you're not just buying things you love, but you're staying on theme. Because if I was gonna go out Christmas shopping, I could seriously buy everything in the stores because I love all of it. All of it brings me joy, but I don't need all of it. So definitely kind of figure out what your theme is before you start decorating or Christmas shopping.
Come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. Well, I'm all for Christmas. It's a magical time full of
My next tip is to check and see what you have before you start Christmas shopping. This may take a little bit of work. You may have to pull down all your Christmas from like the attic or the shed or the storage building, basement, wherever it is. Or just go back and look at your photos from last year. That may be easier, just scroll through your phone, but definitely look at your inventory and see what you have. I think it's better to actually see the pieces than on your phone, because on your phone you can forget stuff that's like in the background. But this is a good way to know your inventory before you go shopping, so you don't overspend or buy something that you already have and you have to return it, or you don't and it's wasteful. So definitely see what you have before you start shopping.
This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
I don't think we realized how big this tree was when we bought it. We're kind of losing our walkway, which is totally fine. We don't use this much anyway. We found this tree at Lowe's like a few days after Christmas last year for like 80% off, so we grabbed it. Why I loved it was out here where you see it's like nicer looking. I love the color, it looks more realistic, but then as it goes back here deep, it's just like more of the cheap version of the tree, so it makes it more affordable, especially if you get it on clearance. So if you're needing trees and you can get by one more year, just put yours up and then go buy them on clearance, because you get the best deal after Christmas. So what's really cool about this tree is there's different settings. So there's like clear settings, there's multicolor light settings, there's even a setting where it goes back and forth, and I just feel like this is super helpful if you have kids. I know Savannah tends to want a lot of colors some years, but I like them clear. So when I'm in here, I can turn clear on. When she's in there, she can turn multicolor. If we're both in there, we can do it where it goes back and forth. I just feel like that's a really cool feature that they've added to the Christmas trees.
Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you.
So decorating for the holidays can be really fun, and you may want to go over the top, but try to remember your style, try to remember what you like, try to remember what stresses you out. So as much as I would just love to throw like red and green all over my house, I know it's not going to last. I may love it for like a week or two, maybe even a month, but it's not going to last long. I slowly start pulling down items and like taking them out of my house. But if I learn to like decorate for a holiday the way I would typically decorate my house, then I love it and enjoy it so much longer. So this isn't the case for everybody. Like if you love a pop of color for Christmas, do it. But if you put out color and you find yourself just like getting super stressed out, it's overwhelming, you start taking it down, try to find neutral decor or however you typically decorate and use those type of pieces in your house, and I guarantee you it lasts a whole lot longer.
In the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you.
So this tree is looking good. Chase is finishing the top because there's no way I can reach it. But we picked up these trees as well. Last year I really wanted to do like a cluster here and we just didn't do it. I didn't get brave enough, but we're gonna do it this year. So we walked into Sam's and found these two trees. What's nice is they light up like this one, like they have the clear lights and the multicolor. So when I want clear, I have it, but when Savannah wants fun color, she can do it, and it's all in the same tree. But I was opening up this box and it comes with the tree bag. I just think that's such a good deal. So if I can link this from Sam's, I'll put it down below in my description box. If not, I'll just link tree bags, because they really are like a game changer. But I think it's so cool that it actually like came with the tree. We're about to start putting up the smaller trees, but I've always wanted a rotating tree, but typically I put so many ornaments on our trees. It just doesn't make sense because I know they're gonna like fall off, and I don't always decorate like the back all the way around. So this year, and I don't know if I mentioned this yet, I'm not putting any ornaments on. We're just doing simple trees like in a forest, just very natural looking trees. But I did pick up 2 of these rotating stands. So the center one's too big. I wouldn't want it to move, but the 2 on the side are smaller, and we're gonna have them on like rotating tree stands. So I'm really excited to put up the next 2 and see how they turn out.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, 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 oh. La, da, da, da. Making
A really important tip that I think is super smart to start off with is make sure your house is already clean. So I know if I'm gonna be decorating in the next couple days to kind of get some deep cleaning done, or if at the very slightest, just like light cleaning, but you don't wanna have to worry about cleaning and decorating. And as you're decorating, things get crazy, they get messy. If you don't like clutter like me, you can tend to get a little stressed out because it gets like very overstimulating. Have that house clean, so all you have to do is pull out the tubs and start decorating, and you're not having to clean along the way.
it's supposed to be. Making our Christmas memories. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to
So far, I'm loving it, but I wanted to give another little tip. So tree skirts can be so expensive. Every time I find one, I'm like, it's just not worth it. So I just love to buy throws, and I always do like a cream color so it kind of looks like snow. That's my purpose, but you can do any color you want. So these are ones I just had laying around. Even if you have to buy them, you can still use them like the rest of the year. The money's not wasted. But one of you ladies gave me a tip before and said put a blanket or like extra towels or just something underneath it because it helps make it look fuller. So I grabbed some of these. These are even extra curtain panels, so it can be whatever type of fabric you need. But now I'm gonna use all of this as like my tree skirt.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday.
So if you want to just do one blanket, you can. I suggest doing one big blanket. If you're going to use like a throw, you kind of need to have something underneath it to add texture. Now, if you're going to be wrapping presents soon and covering up, it's not going to really matter anyways. But if it's just looking a little like limp, be sure and just stuff paper or just something underneath it.
But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
So that is how it looks. It just looks nice and full. If you want it smaller, you can just kind of tuck it under. This one, I don't love the color as much of the blanket, so that's why I did it on the middle one because you won't see it as much. And then I'll do these lighter ones right here on the outer trees.
This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is
There is the second one, and you guys know I like despise wires, so I'll get a cute basket or something. I will definitely be hiding that here in a little bit.
we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to
My next tip is to make it super fun. So we love decorating for Christmas. Like, It's a tradition that we love. We turn on Christmas music, I light a Christmas candle. You can even watch a Christmas movie like Elf or Home Alone or something that you love. Make it fun. Sometimes like decorating and putting stuff up can just be super stressful, but if you go about it as like an activity and your kids want to help, it really can be such a fun thing to do with your family. I was really trying to enjoy our mantle. So this is the first house we've actually had like a fireplace with a mantle. And then in our next house, we're gonna have the same setup, but it's on the center wall. So that's where our TV is going to go. So I won't be able to decorate the mantle like I am this year. So I'm really just trying to enjoy it and just make it perfect. Okay, my next tip is DIY some pieces. So just because you're switching out your decor does not mean you have to spend a ton of money. There's Dollar Tree, garage sales, Dollar General, Target Dollar Spot, Goodwills, thrift stores. Find pieces you love, especially pieces that can be spray painted. Get a can of spray paint and you can make any piece match your home. So you may already have pieces that you love, but you're like, they're outdated or it's red and I don't want red in my house this year. Get a can of spray paint it. I promise you it does not take long at all. It's gonna change the look and the feel of it so much, and you did not have to spend much money doing it.
Lately I've come to realize that I can see it in your eyes, so it's true. I'm so glad.
If you are decorating in all neutrals like me, I did do the pop of green this year, but if you're sticking to those neutrals, make sure you have tons of texture so it doesn't get boring. So in your stockings, even right here in my candle, it's got like wicker, I have a lot of wood. Just make sure you have movement to those pieces.
In store for us. We're falling in love.
Another tip that I have is you don't have to decorate your entire house in one day. So if you want to just work on the living room one day, or maybe even start off with something small like your powder bathroom for guests, go ahead and take it in stages if you just don't have the whole day to decorate. Do whatever doesn't seem like overwhelming and exhausting. Just like my daughter, she may put up her tree a little later. So some years she puts it up before me, some years she puts it up with me, and then other times she wants to wait a few more weeks. So just definitely let your kids decide where you're gonna put them and when you wanna put them up, because it doesn't all have to be done on the same day. Changing out your greenery or any of your flowers in your house will make a huge impact. So you don't want any like springy looking flowers or bright green, like greenery in your pots. So just go through all your vases and get new picks. You can get ones that look wintry. You can even go outside and just get like branches and put glitter on them. There's all different ways to do it, but definitely pull out that summer, spring looking greenery and go more with a winter tone, and then you can just save these to put up next year as well.
Something in store for us. We're falling in love. We're falling in love. No, it's the time of the year when something's in store for us. 'Cause we're falling in love.
Also remember to get creative. Some of these pieces I had last year, but I used them differently this year. So sometimes we get stuck in those limits of like, I used this on my coffee table last year, or I used this on my dining room table, so that's where I'm gonna put it this year. Definitely shake things up, put them in different containers. I'm also adding a different wreath in here in our laundry room because once again, that greenery up the wreath was really spring-like, and so I'm putting up a winter one. Plus it has lights, so I feel like it just makes it a little Christmassy for that space too. Okay, so this next tip I actually learned from Chase's grandma, and it's such a good one. I've shared it before here, but I want to share it again. Basically, you're gonna have Christmas tubs and they're gonna be empty, and you're also gonna have like your normal everyday decor that you don't need anymore. You're trying to find a spot for it. You're like cramming it behind sofas and doors and underneath beds and in closets. Basically what you need to do is, like, when you're putting out your Christmas pillows, put your normal like everyday pillows back in that Christmas tub, because when you need to flip-flop it back out, you're gonna need that tub anyways to put your Christmas pillows back in. This works with like candlesticks, signs, lamps, whatever you decorate for Christmas. Fill up your Christmas tubs with your everyday decor, put it up in your attic, and then when it's time to flip-flop it back, you're ready to go. Just going back, talking about like decorating on a budget, especially for the holidays. If it's not like decor that's gonna be up all year, it's kind of hard to spend money on it. You don't know if you're gonna use it next year. When Chase and I were first married, I wanted a nativity scene so bad, but they were so expensive. But we were really into garage selling and going to places like that. And we actually stopped at an estate sale, and we were inside this lady's home, and she had this beautiful nativity scene. She still had the box for it. It had the nice cutout so it wouldn't get broke. It was just packaged so well, and it was like $5. And I have used this set ever since, and it means so much to us. So just because something's cheaper or used doesn't mean it won't mean anything to you. It always makes it just a little more special. I know this may make some of you laugh, but I was super nervous about these pillows. I wanted to add a little green in that wasn't just tree related, but for me, putting like colored pillows on my sofa was such a big deal. I didn't know if I'd like it, but Savannah loved the idea, and now that they're out, I think it's perfect. Like, that's the only pop of green that's not a like green plant or tree, but I feel like it just kind of ties it all in, and I'm so glad I decided to do it. Okay, so I feel like I have trees everywhere, but I still have tons of trees left in my office. This was a really cheap tree we got from Walmart last year, and it doesn't have lights on it, which I don't even really care. I mean, we could string them if we wanted to. I'm really just wanting this in a basket so it looks pretty when you walk in here. If we had pre-planned this, we could have like styrofoam or something in there to like jam it into. So Chase is kind of just doing what he can. We're basically, this is like one of the boxes we had, and we're gonna just try to stuff it in there. The tree's not heavy, it's not gonna move, so I think we're just gonna have to stuff it as best as we can. And then I keep this like moss here, and I'll just put that on the top so it just kind of looks like it's planted. But I think it'll look really good there if we can make it work. So we do have this box in there, but it gets so tight because the branches kind of have to push up. It basically wedges itself in there.
Yeah, so it should stay on its own right there.
Perfect. I mean, if you had little kids and they yanked on it, it may fall over, but we'll be fine. And look how cute that looks. I have one more tree. I see you, Savannah. I have one more tree, so I'm gonna try to find another basket, but I think that'll look really cool when you walk in. That is such a cheap way to make something look nice. Like the tree, I wanna say was around like 30 bucks last year, maybe 20, just because it is small and it's not pre-lit. And then that's a basket I've had from Ross for forever. And look how good that looks. Like, I love that there. You can see the trees back there. I think we're starting to look like a forest. What do you guys think? So I have one more of these trees. This is the only extra basket I can find at the moment. I think since it's so wide, it may just sit in there with the base. No. Okay.
How's that?
I don't think that's gonna work. I'll walk around and see if I have any other baskets. The problem is I do, but they all have trees in them just from my olive tree obsession. If not, do you think we could get that one to fit?
I'm gonna see just what it does. It might work. No,
It's just not as tall. So if you're looking for something, make sure the basket's pretty tall so it'll actually hold it in there.
It's really close.
I found this one and it's got a tighter top, so I was gonna see if that would help hold it. No.
It's a little taller, so it's closer, but
It's all about the height. It's like
Yeah, it's
one of
about the
those. So I'm gonna keep looking.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
So this is what I meant when I said I take like my normal decor and put it in a box, because I can't decorate with any of this stuff while Christmas is out. Plus this greenery doesn't make sense to me. It's more springy or summery. So I put it all in there, put it up in the attic, and then when it's time to take Christmas down, we grab this down and I just pull everything out and then put the Christmas back into it. I feel like I'm kind of getting some of my room back. So this is the tub I was just talking about. This tub is for Savannah. She's not decorating yet. This one is all the Christmas decor that I'm not going to use this year. So I used a lot of it last year, or it's just like empty boxes of the stuff I did use. This stuff I'm going to take down to our cousin's house because she wants any of my extra Christmas. I bought all this stuff from Target thinking I was going to use it, and I didn't, and I just added it up. It was $25 worth, so I'm going to return that. But I did put one of those trees in here. I really, really, really wish my builder would have given me an outlet here because I would wrap it with lights, but he didn't, so it's fine. I think it'll still just be nice when I'm editing right here to like have a tree. But then there's clearly an issue with light colored pillows. Now granted, I took 4. I took 4 off my sectional and threw them in here, but there's way more than 4. So I definitely have some type of an addiction. I will say Savannah just got rid of a few, and so she'll toss them in here, but I still have pillows throughout my house. Like, look at that. That isn't crazy. So I'm going to deal with that another day because I still have to work on our bedroom and get it decorated for Christmas. My last tip is to just have fun. Do what you love. If more is more, do that. If less is more, great. If you want color everywhere, do it. If you want all neutrals, whatever you want for your home, you should do it. Your home, there's always gonna be somebody that loves it. There's always gonna be somebody that hates it. If you wanna decorate now, go for it. If you wanna wait until the night before, more power to you. So I think when it comes to Christmas, you should just do whatever brings you joy.
With the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do.
These name tags are amazing. I have them in here in the fireplace in our bedroom, and you saw them in the living room as well. I'm gonna try to remember who made them for me, and I'm gonna link her down below in my description box. If they're not linked there and it's you, send me a DM or email me so I can tag you. I know she's over on Etsy, so I'm gonna try to get on my account and see if I can find it, but I feel like it's just the perfect touch to personalize your stockings. I don't know, I just love the detail of it so much.
Here we go. All right. Dance, now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, dance, dance. Come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance. Have a good time. Dance, dance. All night long, we're gonna dance, dance.
Santa's gonna come and join us in this song.
So this tree stand base fit in that basket perfectly, so that was super nice. Another tip I try to share every year are these like tree stompers. So basically you can put this on the ground or just wherever you are, and that's what turns your tree on and off. So if you do the ground, you can just take your foot and like step on it, but that one I'll probably just hide right there. But it all came together. Keeping a little more simple in here this year. Typically I put this guy up, but I just wasn't feeling it. I think I'm just gonna keep it like this since I have a chair here. Last year I don't think I had a chair there. So it wasn't a big deal, but I would have to find a spot for that. So I think I'm just gonna keep it neutral. I'll probably go back to Hobby Lobby and get some more of like, you know, it looks more like Christmas tree picks instead of that. It's really about the only other thing I'll do in here. I'm not gonna lie, I miss having the fireplace in our bedroom. I thought about switching the fireplace and our dresser in the guest bedroom just during the holiday time, and I can't remember why I didn't. When this video's done, I'm gonna go measure it out because if I can switch that, I just love waking up to like our stockings on the fireplace, even though it's not a real fireplace. So I definitely might be doing an itch to switch.
Let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from sin.
Now this tree is gonna look completely different than that glam flock tree you've been seeing in the last couple videos. So this one's more realistic looking. If I remember correctly, we're gonna be putting like black and like yarn ornaments on it. So almost a little more boho. So maybe this one will be your style. I always like starting with my tree, so that's where we're going to be beginning today.
In Bethlehem in Israel, this blessed babe was born and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. The witch's mother Mary did nothing take in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort.
One of the best tips I can give you is to fluff your tree and do it layer by layer, otherwise it seems overwhelming, but this is going to make your faux tree look so much more real.
Fear not, then said the angel, let nothing you affright. This day is born a Savior of a pure virgin bride, to free all those who trust in him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Okay guys, sorry I wasn't talking much during that last song. It's just too powerful to put voiceovers over all the words. But now I'm going to start sharing more of the tips and tricks I use when decorating. And like I mentioned in the last one, was fluff your tree. It's going to make your tree look so much nicer and so much more expensive and so much more real. It is time consuming, it is a little annoying, but grab a friend, grab a child, grab a spouse, grab a partner, and I promise you once you go to decorate it, it's totally worth it. When it comes to tree skirts, I feel like they can be super pricey. So if you want to find them on sale at the end of Christmas, you can do that. But I also love the look of just throwing a blanket underneath there. I didn't do it in this scene, I forgot and went back later, but you can put another blanket underneath it and it just makes it look fuller. Someone gave me that tip last year and it does make a huge difference, and it doesn't have to match because it's just going to be underneath it. But I just feel like it adds some coziness to the space. But now we're going to start working on decor. So this tree's a whole new tree for this house since I kind of changed my style up, and I went with all new decor, but I'm keeping it super simple this year. So if you've seen any of my trees from the last couple years, this one's going to be nothing like it. Typically when I'm done decorating, you can't even really see the tree. This is going to be the complete opposite of that. Since I knew I wasn't going to be putting as much decor on it, I really wanted a tree that looked more realistic, and every time I would find them, they were like $600. I got lucky and walked into Lowe's because we were looking for flooring for the Airbnb, and this one was perfect. So it ended up only being $2.99, and it's because the branches on the outside look very real, but when you go deeper in, it's still like the cheap branches, and so it made it more affordable. So I just wanted to share that tip. If you're wanting a real looking tree, you can find something that's kind of mixed, and it'll save you some money. Now when it comes to ornaments, almost everything's from Walmart. So all these detailed ornaments right here I picked up from Walmart. Those black beads are from Walmart. The only thing that didn't come from Walmart are going to be the matte black bulbs, and then I'm going to be putting some like cream ones on later, and those are from At Home, which is very affordable as well. So all in all, the ornaments did not cost me much at all, and I love the way it turned out. It's so funny seeing these like concrete ornaments and those right there, the one that says Noel. I have different ones. I didn't use them on my tree this year, but my mom was going more boho, and so we were going through all of our ornaments to see what she could use before she went shopping, so you don't like waste money. Even those, she has all those on her tree this year, so it's really cool to see. Like, I'm not using them, but someone else is. I picked up these bulbs last minute, and I'm so glad I did because I think the tree was just a little bit too dark. I needed something to pop on it, and these bulbs were perfect.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday.
Another little tip when you're decorating your Christmas tree is to stand back and make sure you're evenly putting the ornaments on, especially when you only have like 3 of one and 4 of one. Now, if it's like my tree from last year where like the whole thing's just full of ornaments, you don't have to be as careful, but the less ornaments you have, you really have to make sure and space them out just to make sure they make sense and flow better.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about.
Now we're going to start working on my fireplace mantle, and this area is just always so fun for me with the holidays because we've never actually had a real fireplace. We have the one we have in our bedroom that we've taken around to all 3 houses, but there's just something different about the real mantle. So you'll see me tweak this quite a few times, but I love how it turns out at the end. You'll have to let me know what you think.
I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you, baby.
I always get so many comments about our stocking holders anytime I show them to you guys. I bought them years ago when we were in our first house, before I even knew what YouTube was, off Craigslist for like $5. It was a steal, and I just loved it. It was a set of 3. Since we were a family of 3, I will have these things forever.
Making our Christmas memories.
I also had the sweetest subscriber send me these stocking tags last year, and I love them. I actually ordered a few more, so I'll have some for our bedroom, but I feel like it really does add a lot and just personalizes it. But now I'm just going to work on changing up some pillows, and then I'm going to go tweak the fireplace. But I just wanted to show you, I'm going to add a picture here of the difference between this year and last year. We had just moved in last year. We had decorated our previous house for Christmas. I had to come decorate this house for Christmas. So you can tell I definitely wasn't on my A game.
And to see you again, baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Now we're gonna head on into my entryway. I showed you a little before clip here so you could see like the before and after. When you're shopping for decor items, especially if you're changing up a style, it's good to like name it or set a theme, so when you're decorating you kind of know what to grab and what not to grab. My theme this year was kind of like winter forest. I wanted a lot of trees, not a lot of decor, so every time I would find something I liked at a store, I made sure it went along with that theme, so I kind of kept it on track.
Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know.
I found so many good pieces at Ross and Walmart and Home Goods. You can even run to like Goodwills and thrift stores and just spray paint pieces. I thought I was going to be doing a lot of black spray painting, but there was actually quite a few decor pieces in store. Savannah's calling it Christmas fear because I've added black in the house. But if you don't have the budget to buy it new, like I said, go buy some cheap stuff, even hit up some garage sales. Grab a can of paint, if it's black, gold, silver, red, green, whatever you like, and just make it work for you. I definitely miss my neutral Christmas. I'll be doing it next year. I will say I love the pop of black. I don't remember having a lot of black in our house when we moved. I think I had pulled it all out by that point. But looking back, I think the black kind of looked best in there. It like gave it some like grounding. I don't know, the chairs in there. I just feel like that vibe right there looks really good.
Christmas is a part of me. Christmas is a part of me. Christmas is a part.
You're gonna see me using these same trees throughout the entire house, just in different sizes. I had ran by Hobby Lobby and they were all 50% off. So a lot of these small ones were originally $4.99. So I was getting them for $2.50, which I thought was a steal. And Chase really wanted me to show him clipping that off. So that's why that scene was in there. But now I'm gonna finish decorating a few spaces.
Christmas is a part of me.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion.
So I had full intentions when I bought these 3 reindeer to paint them black, and I still want to, but since I put them here on my coffee table that's already black, I feel like they look good silver. But if I get the itch to switch and move them somewhere else, I'm definitely gonna spray paint those. I saw them in a photo somewhere and they looked so good matte black. But now we're gonna work on my nativity scene. I typically try to keep this in my kitchen just so it's up higher if any kids come over. I wanted a nativity scene for years, and we went to an estate sale, Chase and I did, when we were first married, and I was broke, and I found this, what looked brand new, obviously it's not, but it was $5, and it came in the box, and the lady had saved it with everything, so I can pack it away and it doesn't get broke. It was like the best $5 I've ever spent, and I've used it every year.
Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do.
So when decorating for holidays, I've learned to just kind of match the style of my house. Otherwise, I take it down in like a week or two. It always ends up down early. But when I started decorating with my house and it just flowed with it, I love having it up and it lasts longer. So you guys know me, I'm very like whites, blacks, grays, touches of green, but like I have a good friend who's beachy theme, and she was like, red and green just does not go in my house. And so she makes her decor go to the beach style theme, and then she doesn't mind leaving it up. So if you struggle with keeping decor up just because it starts to bug you, try matching your home like your normal style, and I promise you, you will love it.
Dance, have a good time, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
I am not gonna lie, finding black Christmas pillows this year, even stockings, was so hard. So they have a lot of the like buffalo plaid, but that wasn't the look I was going for, so I was super excited when I found these tree pillows.
Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
So this tree that I'm putting up right now, obviously I haven't fluffed it. I need to do that. But I found this at a garage sale for only $1. So if you need Christmas decor, check out some local garage sales.
Oh, come, Emmanuel. At ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the
Okay, so now that the living room and kitchen, basically the front whole area of the house is done, we're gonna move back to our master bedroom. I typically don't do a ton in our bedroom because I don't want to get sick of it, but I'm really feeling Christmas this year. I added our fireplace back here, and I want to add stockings, and we have our tree from last year that we used in the living room, and I thought, why not put it in here? I'm loving like empty trees just with lights on them, so I'm gonna stick it in here and just make it like nice and warm and cozy. A really helpful tip with trees is to get this like foot switch, and basically you can leave it underneath your tree skirt and you can just step on it and it turns your tree on and off, or you can like hang it up in the tree towards the back so you can just use your fingers and turn it on and off. Chase actually got smart because we have like a Lutron switch in here with our lamp, and we plugged our tree into it, so I can actually use the remote next to my bed to turn the tree on and off at night, which is super helpful. So if you're still like doing it the traditional way where you plug it in and you have to like reach behind the tree and find the outlet, definitely at least get like the foot stomper, and it's so much easier and kids love doing it.
And be thyself a king of peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee.
So I've never had 2 fireplaces before, so I was short a few stocking hangers. So I just used the ones from the living room so you can see what it's going to look like. I actually went and bought those when I was done filming. And then I'm using the same tags in here. I did order some new ones for the living room because I really wanted them on both sets of stockings because I just loved the way it looked.
Shall come to thee, O Israel. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, la la la.
I can already tell you now, I don't think those trees are going to last long there. I don't like the flocked. I don't like where they are. I think I'm going to take those out and then get some tree looking twigs for that black vase on my countertop, and I'm going to do that for a few other spots throughout the house. I just need to run by Hobby Lobby. Now we're going to set up this tree in Chase's office, and we're going to do it all wrong. We're going to put it up. I'm not going to fluff it. I was so tired after filming this video. I told myself I would do it the next day with Savannah. I still haven't done it, but it's November 1st. I still have plenty of time. But this is why you shouldn't really set up the tree. If I would have just done it in layers, like I started here and then got tired, it would have been easier. But now that it's all up, it just gets a little hard.
Join the chorus, fa la 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 la, la la la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la la.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and end this video here, but we're going to be moving on to the next one real quickly. We're going to come back to this house, I think, later, but while we were in this house, we actually remodeled the Modern Jewel, is what we called it. It was going to be Airbnb. We remodeled the entire thing, gutted it, redid it, completely decorated it, and then someone bought it from us, but it was such a cool house. We still drive by it all the time. We just loved it, and I was able to decorate it for Christmas, so let's check out this decor.
Outside snow's glistening.
Now we're gonna start setting up the tree, and this tree was like super affordable. I think it was something around like $29. So it's not pre-lit and it's not humongous, but when I saw it, it was perfect for the space. I actually grabbed 2 of them because I had the intentions of putting 2 in this space, but I ended up using 1 in my house because I loved it so much. So when you're getting a new tree, you have to fluff. So if you don't, it's gonna look really sparse, it's gonna look really fake, but just keep fluffing and then add some lights to it and it's gonna look so much better.
And the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire.
Okay, so while we're working on the tree, I did want to go ahead and update you guys with some big news. I don't know if I can even shock you guys anymore. I feel like it's just kind of like the Big Brother house, expect the unexpected. But we actually listed the Modern Jewel and she is up for sale. I think a few of you guys totally saw this coming and warned us and told us we could not be landlords, and you guys were absolutely right. So we had our first group come stay in the house, and we had 4 guys come and just did not take care of her. We had lots of cleanup. Our poor cleaners worked 5 hours. I came in after them. Chase spent the day over there. Long story short, we just know how much we put into this house, how much love, how much money, and we decided we just want to go ahead and share it with a family that will love it and enjoy it for years to come. So we went ahead and listed her. There's a few lucky people that went ahead and booked up in December, and then we blocked everything else out. So if you were one of the lucky ones, you're actually going to still get to come and stay, but after that, she is going to be sold. We have learned so much in this process, and we've learned that we are more flippers. We love going into homes and just making them beautiful. So I think that's what we're going to continue on doing. We'll be able to take the money we make from this, take a short break, and then venture on to the next one. If it wasn't for our modern Joel, I don't think we would have ever been brave enough to get into the flipping business. And I'm not even saying we're going to do it a lot, but I can definitely say we would do it again. We really did enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for following along. Let me know if we do get another one day, if you guys want to see the process again.
To ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
So just another funny thing that you don't see on camera is I had to take all of the Christmas down so we could have professional pictures made to sell the house. And I had no idea when I was decorating this house. Like, it just kind of all happened at once. We had already done cleanup before we started decorating for Christmas, and we were just like processing everything. So we ran over there, we decorated for Christmas, and then we happened to talk to our amazing realtor. We've used her over and over, and we decided to list, and so all of this stuff came back down. So I at least filmed it for the video so you guys got to see it. We did have one family that got to come in right after we decorated it, and they got to enjoy it, so that was nice. But that's behind the scenes life, just so you know, everything's not picture perfect, and mistakes and trials and all of that do happen. Sometimes you just don't see them.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite.
Okay, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but the tree came from Walmart. I know I talked about the pricing, but I don't remember if I talked about the brand. And these beads as well came from Walmart. I feel like they have some really cool Christmas ornaments there this year. So I found some amazing ones for our house without color, and then I also got some really cool ones with color. I did buy shatterproof ornaments. This, once again, was supposed to be an Airbnb, and I wanted to make sure that if families stayed there and like a kid or a toddler yanked off an ornament and dropped it, it wouldn't break. I didn't want people to worry about that. I also didn't put a lot on the tree. That's kind of what I did with mine this year as well. I'm kind of going with the less is more, but I also wanted to keep it super simple because families are staying in here. So you'll see, I'm very, very like light-handed with it. I didn't put a ton on there, but I absolutely love the way it turned out.
I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come.
This house was so beautiful. I can't wait until we get to walk through it again. So when she sells, we're gonna run to this one just like we did our previous house. I don't remember using this exact same red ornaments at this house. Like, I rebought those, which I think they're in different sizes, but we used that same red in our house this year, which I found pretty funny. I've always thought I went all neutral with Savannah, but looking back, we've decorated with color a few times, and you're gonna see that as we get through all these videos.
How it is supposed to be, making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be, making our Christmas memories?
I love pulling out this little house every year. A sweet subscriber sent it to me probably about 3 Christmases ago, and typically I put it in my house, but she reminded me so much of the modern jewel, I went ahead and stuck her out in here, but I have no idea who sent it to me. I can't remember. If it was you, thank you so much. I love getting to pull her out every year.
Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again. To see you again.
I wasn't sure how the red and green would like tie in with like the blacks. I feel like we have some oranginess in the house because of the leather, but I feel like this house was so cozy. It just felt right. It needed that traditional vibe. So I'm so glad I decided to go with the red and green. It was just kind of fun to decorate with those colors. And like I mentioned earlier, Savannah really enjoyed it too.
It's supposed to be making our Christmas memories.
Well, I've got news for you. I know you're waiting. Christmas is right here. Well,
As I'm decorating, and if you've been around for a little while, you're gonna see I'm using some new pieces. That's typically those red and green ones that I bought this year. But anytime you're seeing like the black and white ones, I pulled those over from my house. It was pieces I couldn't find a place for in my home this year, and so I was loving sharing it over there with you guys. So you can definitely mix it. Since I did the red and green, it's not like everything had to be red and green. I still mixed in those neutrals of the whites and blacks.
the songs that we all know. Oh yeah, the Christmas spirit's coming on. Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease.
You'll see there in the background, I've got Pandora playing on the TV. I cannot decorate for Christmas and not have Christmas music on, so I always just play the Christmas station on there, or I play a Christmas station on Alexa, but those have the best music and it just puts me into the Christmas mood. I did want to add a tree to the kids space. I didn't want to add a ton, but I feel like if kids are coming, it was just festive, especially in the month of December. I tweaked this a lot so you can see what it looks like at the very end of today's video, but I did a tree that can be thrown around, tossed. It doesn't have any ornaments on it. You're not going to break it. If you do, it's not a big deal. And then you'll see later on I add a few more things to it, but I just wanted to keep it super simple in there.
Christmas is a part of me. Hey, oh, yeah. Christmas is a part of me. Oh, yes, it is.
I love these soap bottles. You can see back there I have my Thanksgiving ones out and I'm switching it out for my Christmas ones, and then I have just like normal when there's not holiday, but I always find them at like TJ Maxx or Home Goods, and they're like $8.99, and you get like a lotion and a soap and a tray, or if it's for the kitchen sometimes you get dish soap, but I love them.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the
I picked up this little thing from Home Goods, but this would also be super easy to make if you're on a tight budget. I'm sure you can find everything you need at Goodwill and then get a can of red spray paint. I also picked up a ton of kitchen towels. I guess I thought I needed a ton. I think every time I found one I loved that was red and green, I was so excited to buy it, and I didn't realize how many I had, but it's perfect. I can use them all in the kitchen. I have them all over the place just decorating with them. I loved these ones because it was like red reindeer and then green Christmas trees. Those were by far my favorite. But now I'm going to take you kind of back through the house. I'm going to finish up the kids' room here, and then I'll show you how everything turned out.
Painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
Right here is a really good view. You're starting to see how everything came together. I'm loving the pops of green and red. I feel like it's just the perfect balance in this space.
Making angels in the sand, you ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Now this Christmas, we're gonna do.
While I take you through the rest of the house and you can see how everything ended up, I just want to put the friendly reminder out there that real life is messy. I know sometimes on camera our lives can look perfect and that we have it all together, but we definitely do not at all. We have to stand up sometimes and brush ourselves off, and I encourage you to do the same. If your life has turned out a little bit different, or you had a situation that you thought was going to turn out a little bit different, I encourage you so much to just stand up, brush yourself off, learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. I love you guys so much. I'm constantly praying for you guys. I wish you the very, very, very best this holiday season. Alexa, turn on Christmas music. Now it is time to get the house prepped for Christmas, which means I have to get my fireplace on, I have to light a Christmas candle, I have to have that scent, and if I just turned your Alexa on, I'm so sorry. I know I turned mine on when I was filming this voiceover, but I wanted to let you guys know while you guys are watching this, and while I'm getting started, I'm just going to be bringing everything out of the closets and different spaces that I've been keeping it as I've been buying it. This year I bought a lot more than I normally do, but since I was switching up the style, since Savannah wanted a traditional Christmas, I had to buy a lot of reds and greens. Plus we're in a new house this year. I've never decorated this space, so I bought a lot more to bring in, and then we're also going to pull down stuff from the attic. But I wanted to let you know, don't forget, I'm going to be having the Christmas decorating part 2. I'm going to be posting a video after that that's called Christmas Decor Style. So maybe you don't know what style you are, maybe you're wanting something new, or maybe you're just curious. I'm going to be posting that very soon. I'm going to have gift guides, I'm going to have Christmas cleaning videos, I'm going to have so much happening. So if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to do it. Okay, so this is our current house in our current year, so you've probably already watched this. If you've seen it but you're decorating, leave it on for the music and we'll keep hanging out. If you're new here, you can watch it here or you can just go watch the video by itself. But I wanted to go ahead and add it so we had like all the Christmas decorating videos just right here in one. So let's get to decorating. The number one tip I want to give you for when you're Christmas decorating is pull everything out, even if it's not just for that space. That way you can kind of have a clean slate. Something you put in your bedroom last year, you may put in your living room this year. You don't have to put it up in the same spot. Let me stress that. Like, you don't have to do what you did last year or the year before. So pull it all out, put it on your dining room table, put it on your coffee table, put it on a rug. I throw mine all right here on my island, but that way I can see everything that I'm working with and then start decorating your like most important areas first. I had to share this clip with George. He is just so sweet. Like, he was not going to break eye contact with me. I could have held the camera there all day, and he just knows his job is to look cute and get views, and so hopefully he did that today. But right here I wanted to show you that I pulled down some of my Christmas tubs that I had already had. So I was pulling all of that stuff out so I could visually see everything that I was working with.
Come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
Right here, I realized like the last 3 years, I've really been focused on buying these small trees. So I have 3 different styles of them. I'm gonna be getting rid of 2 styles this year. I just don't need that many. You can tell that's like my guilty pleasure or something. Like I go in and I just wanna buy these miniature trees. So I'm definitely donating those. I'm gonna let my mom and sister and people go through them first. But now we're gonna start putting up the tree. This has been very stressful and very thought out. Ever since we were building this house, I just didn't know where the tree was gonna go. Even with building, like I had it in the back of my head, but I was like, we'll make it work, we'll find a spot. Well, the time had come and I thought, okay, we're gonna try the entryway first because I thought it would be really pretty because you could see it through our glass front door. But once we started getting the pieces together, I realized real quickly like it was going to hinder our walkway. Like I didn't want guests to come in and not be able to like walk in. So we're gonna go ahead and move it here in a second, which is actually really funny, so stay tuned. But first I wanted to get it fluffed so I could kind of figure out like how wide it's actually gonna be. So when we find that spot, I know if it's gonna work or not.
Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease. Oh, Christmas is a part of me.
So I was just told this tip. I think I was watching Valentina. So if you watch The House of Valentina, she was talking about if you pull your branches down, it looks more realistic. So any of those that are poking out, just take a few minutes to like pull them down if you want your tree to look more realistic in your space.
Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Oh, Christmas is a part of me.
So for our living room area, we're not putting up our largest tree. We're gonna put that in our movie room, which you're gonna see in part 2, just because it is so wide. And like I said, we really don't have a designated tree spot in this house. I feel like every other house we've owned, we've had like 2 to 3 locations we can put it, where in here we just don't with the sectionals. And since we did built-ins, I knew I didn't want it in the entryway. Now, if I did like a pencil tree, I probably could have got away with it, but I did want somewhat of a large tree since Savannah's still at home and younger. So we're gonna put it on his little Willie, and you're gonna see here in a second, it didn't go as planned, but we had to move it around, and I wanted it set up so we could see if like the width and the height would work out okay. So that's real life for you. It fell into pieces. We just put it back together. Nothing was broke, but it is just funny because that's like real life stuff. We're trying to find a spot. I don't know where to put it. Every time friends and family came over, I was like, where would you put a tree? Where would you put a tree? A few people mentioned the dining room, which I typically shut down real quickly because I'm like, no, I want the tree in my living room. But I realized that was not going to work. And so we put it over here in this corner, which worked out perfect. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I ordered this mirror a while back and it finally came in, and I felt like it just worked perfectly with the tree. Like it's just a nice cozy area. The space has been so empty, so it's just so nice to have the vibe. And then I also wanted to show you right here, if you're using a blanket as a tree skirt, or even if you have a tree skirt, put bedding or towels or a blanket or something underneath it. It'll give it a lot more dimension and it'll pull it up higher and it just looks fluffier. So just pull any extra anything you have out of your closets and then put your blanket over it, and it just gives it a lot more dimension. And then I'm very particular with cords, and I did not give myself an outlet over here because I didn't know this is where our tree was gonna go. So I didn't like the green extension cord, so Chase grabbed me a white one so I can tape that up against our baseboard, and that way you won't notice it as much. Also, just another tip, I'm gonna link these down below in my description box, but we use the Casa outlet. So basically we're gonna plug our tree into that, like it's a little box that plugs into the outlet, and then we plug our tree into that, and then we can run it from our phone. So we can turn it on and off from our phone. So like before I come inside, I can have it on if we've been out running errands. Plus you can also set it on a timer, like you can schedule it so it comes on at like 5 o'clock in the evening, but turns off, you know, at midnight or 10, whatever times you want it to turn on and off. You can use this with anything. Like I normally use it with lamps inside our house, but I feel like it's perfect if you have multiple trees in your house, so you don't have to turn them on and off or get out of bed because you forgot. It just does it all on its own. Now it is time to decorate the tree, and this is something we always do together. Before this was my job on YouTube, we always decorated it around the 12th or the 13th of November because Veterans Day, and Chase would be off from work so he could help get the tree down and we could decorate it together. Now we do it a little bit sooner just so you guys have the content and you guys can buy what you need and get inspired, but it's definitely fun to do it together, and we've always made that possible every year.
Whoa, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be.
Now I want to talk about these candles. I actually found them on Amazon, but I did a lot of research because I had to figure out a way to do like my luxe look that I like, but with traditional vibes that she wanted. So color was a big one of those, but I also wanted to bring in some other elements as well, and one of those were candles. So back in the day, they used to actually put burning candles on their tree, which seems crazy now. But someone invented the light. So not only does this add more lights to your tree, which looks really, really cool in the evening, you're gonna see that later on, but it also adds just a different shape and a different ornament to your tree. You don't want just all like round circle balls on there. Definitely change it up. It adds more dimension and just, once again, looks more professional. And so I thought this was just like a really cool vibe for the tree. So if you haven't seen anything like this, we just bought one strain of them, and I'm gonna have them linked down below, and it was perfect for my tree. I will say my tree's like 9 foot, I think, but it is like a skinnier one, so just keep that in mind.
These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh.
Now it is time to put on the red. It's kind of more of a burgundy. Basically, once again, when I was meshing my luxe style with her traditional, I went deeper in the tone. So traditional is that like bright red and green, which totally is not my style. It would not have lasted a day in my house. But she agreed to, she just wanted like a type of red and a type of green. So I went with really deep reds and really deep greens, and it turned out so well. The green bulbs that I put on the tree, you won't really notice those. It's more in real life. It kind of adds some dimension to your tree, but the red's really where it's popping. And you can tell I went with more of like a medium-sized bulb. I didn't do the small, I didn't do the large because it is like a thinner tree, but the medium size worked out so well.
I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Now we're moving on to the bells. If you haven't been watching me, I've been talking about bells ever since my Christmas content started. I feel like bells are everywhere this year. I know bells are like associated with Christmas, but they're even more. There's all different styles, and they're on garland, and they're on wreaths, and they're on trees, and they're in bowls, and they're just everywhere. And so I had a hard time finding a lot that were affordable because the really big ones are cool, but you only want to spend so much when you're decorating. So if you go back and watch my prepping for Christmas, it's like Christmas DIY projects. I posted it before this video. You'll see how I made these little bells. I just cut them off like kind of like a garland thing and then added just really nice hooks to them, and they look so good. I added that gold to my tree, which once again is another traditional vibe. It kind of pulls in a little vintage vibe, which is nice for the traditional aspect of it. And then I also picked up these really large bells from Walmart, and it was a set of 3 for $12.88. I'm gonna link that down below as well. So I'm using these in wreaths. I use these later on, you're gonna see in my coffee table, but I also cut them off, added hooks, and put them on the tree because our tree was missing something, and it was another shape, and it was another big element. So I just started cutting them and hanging these, and it really brought the tree together. I was so thankful I bought those when I was at Walmart. I just bought all they had, and I thought if I don't use them, I'll bring them back, but we used every last one, and I wish I even had a few more sets. And then also in that video, I prepped these little picks just out of stems, and we're just gonna start putting it in any of those holes or spaces that we didn't have ornaments for, and it just kind of brings it all together and gives it that fullness. Right here, you can kind of see it up close. It looks so good. We went ahead and added that tree topper. I typically don't have a tree topper. I'm okay with it just leaving it empty, but I was gonna use that bow on a wreath and end up using another one, but the color was perfect with the bulbs on the tree, and so we put it up there, and it was a win. It just brought it all together, but I wanted to show you these clips up close because sometimes far away, I feel like you can't really see it on camera. Now that we have the tree finished and the dining room table, I just switched out the greenery for more of a winter feel. The next big area that I want to work on is my mantle. So I try to get those like time-consuming, most important things done. So I'm using all my important decor in the areas that I need it to get used on. So I had bought this garland from Home Goods. It already had the red berries on it. And then I thought next year, if I don't want to do the red, I can always just like pull it out or cut it out and still have nice greenery. So I went ahead and picked this up. I got 2 because that's all they had. If they would have had 3, I might have grabbed it just to give it fullness. But like I said, they had 2 and I was just happy to find it. So we're going to go ahead and get this styled, and then we'll be moving on to the next space. I definitely let Savannah take the lead this year since this was mainly her style, and she is so creative. You're going to see that later on too in a little project she does. But just in general in life, she's just super creative, and so I love just seeing what she was doing. We worked on pieces together. Like, I would give her options or my opinion, but for the most part she knew what we had and where she wanted to put it, and so it was just really fun decorating with her this year.
Wake the neighbors, having fun down the street.
love this sign when I saw it at Walmart, and it says glory to the newborn king, which is the only reason for the season. I love decorating, I love buying gifts, I love all those things, but the main reason is glory to the newborn king. So when I found that from Walmart, I grabbed it, and then Savannah found these reindeer I had bought, and so she wanted it on that same shelf, and it turned out so good. Having those three right there by it just looked so good. I always wonder, like, would I have thought of that? Where would I have put them? But they found the perfect home. Now we're gonna style up the coffee table, which kind of has already changed. You guys know I get a little itchy. We're still trying to figure out a few spaces, which you will see. I will update you in the part 2, which you'll see Wednesday, which is just a few days away. So once again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you see that next video.
Lately I've come to realize that I can see it in your eyes, so it's true. I'm so glad you feel it too. Nothing to hide, falling in love. To me it's perfectly clear, we're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Summer ended, but we did not. We started something, this thing that we
Now it's time to add the pillows, which are red. This is the part where I start getting a little nervous, but I keep telling myself they're just pillows. If I want to switch them out later, I can, I might. I'm gonna keep them for as long as I possibly can. I will say I've already switched it, and I pulled the tan pillows back in and took out the white ones. I felt like it looked too much like a Santa hat, which I know would make sense for most Christmas decor, but for me, I wanted that luxe feel. So like I said, I've already switched that, but I can add a clip in the next video. And then I picked up this dark green throw. I love that it's like knitted. It still looks high end. I didn't do just some like bright green. And then this fur blanket I actually bought 2 of because I love it so much. I had it in my house even before I was decorating for Christmas. So if you're needing a very just like cozy blanket for you, or you want a very high-end gift to buy somebody, but it being like more affordable than like crazy high-end prices, I'm gonna have that link down below. And now we're gonna take a few moments to work on the entryway, and the first thing we're gonna do is switch out that greenery. I feel like that's the easiest thing you can do. Even if you don't want to decorate your house a ton, or maybe you don't want Christmas decor, you can kind of switch it over just to winter, and so have like winter greenery and like winter blankets. You know, everything gets a little heavier and cozier. You don't really have to decorate for Christmas. You can just kind of switch over to like the winter feel. If you watched my previous video, you know this reindeer was originally gold. I just found them at Marshall's for 30 bucks. I feel like it was the best deal I got out of all my Christmas decor, but I wanted to paint it like a chalky white statuey color just to match more my vibe and style. And then Savannah saw it and was like, I have a really good idea. And she went and took a berry off one of the decor pieces and glued it on to make it Rudolph, which was just perfect. It's so cute. It makes a statement. I don't know who has that Rudolph in their house. Like, now it is one of a kind. So we're gonna go ahead and get that styled for you so you can check it out. Okay guys, that's where we're actually gonna end this video today. I wanna show you a behind the scenes. This is all the stuff I'm still working with. I still have to clean up. We still have to do my bedroom, the entryway area, like by the mudroom, the bathrooms, the movie rooms. We still have so much to do. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that next video. Go ahead and click that notification bell so it will remind you when I post next, because it'll be coming up in just the next couple days. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part, and welcome to my Christmas decorating part 2. Yes, this is part 2, so if you missed part 1, I'm going to have it linked down below in the description box. You can go ahead and watch this one, but definitely go back and watch part 1. As you can see, we're jumping straight into today's video, so if you're new here and you enjoy this content, definitely consider subscribing. If you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, even share it with someone that can enjoy it for when they're Christmas decorating. But like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get to it and get this place finished decorated for Christmas.
Glory to the newborn King.
So I wanted to point out, you don't have to go over the top with Christmas to make your space feel very just like wintry and cozy. Just switching out your greenery is really easy to do. You don't have to move any plants, you don't have to repack, you don't have to do anything with like the previous decor. All you have to do is pull out the greenery, add new greenery. It is so easy to do. It's gonna bring in those winter vibe feelings. You can also bring in like cozier blankets that are like thicker or knits or furs, and then it feels more like winter without going overboard.
Join the triumph of the skies.
Now, if you want to go over the top, I feel like this is the time and the season for it, so you do it. Speaking of decorating styles, I'm going to be putting out a video here really soon about Christmas decorating styles. So if you want to see that, maybe you don't know your style, maybe you're changing it up, maybe you're just curious, I'm going to be putting that whole video out for you guys very soon. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see that video, make sure you click that button and check the bell so it'll notify you when I post. I'm gonna miss having this fireplace in our bedroom this year. So now that we're in this new house, it's in our guest bedroom. So we wanted to go ahead and still put stockings on it. It's fun. I have 3 nieces and they'll be here for Christmas. So I feel like the 3 stockings still work for all 3 girls. But I really loved having that in our main bedroom. And I had like name tags that were like Chase, Ashley, and Savvy. It was just cozy, but there's not really a spot for it in there, and it just works so much better in here. So maybe we'll spend the night in the guest bedroom one night so I can get those nice cozy vibes. But Savannah just added a few trees on the nightstands. We also added one to the guest bathroom in there. Like I said, it's just enough. It's not over the top in some of these areas. I just want to have that winter feel, so when our company stays, they still feel like they have Christmas in their space as well.
Help me find the Christmas spirit again. The Christmas spirit again.
I was really excited to decorate this like mudroom area because we see it all the time. This is where we come into our house, this is where we leave our house, and it's just always nice to make it festive, and it doesn't take a lot. So I did this in our last house as well. It was like in the laundry room, but just getting a banner and like a pillow and a few decor pieces, it really does like liven up the space. And no matter what holiday it is, I tend to decorate this space. So for like Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, I really don't decorate my house, but I will decorate this area.
From some street crier caroling through the air, and the smell of the big Christmas tree in the square. Here comes the Christmas spirit again. That Christmas spirit again.
So if you're new here and this is the first video you're watching, I do have 2 other Christmas videos that I posted. So the very first one is a Christmas do-it-yourself project. So it's just a way to bring like old Christmas pieces back to life or creating new ones. So definitely check that out. And then I've already mentioned the Christmas Decorate With Me Part 1. Even if you don't decorate until after Thanksgiving, I just feel like it's really good to start watching videos and getting ideas, getting inspiration, so you kind of know what you're going to do when it is time to decorate and you're not overwhelmed. It also gives time for you to work on those projects. Maybe you need to spray paint something, maybe you need to add glitter to something, like maybe you need to work on those items and you don't want to do it the day you're decorating. So it's good to just get inspired by these videos, figure out what you have, what you need, and get it all good to go until you decorate for Christmas.
That Christmas spirit again. One place in my heart.
Now we're starting on the tree in our main bedroom, and I'm not gonna lie, this one's very simple. That's how I would decorate all my trees. So in my last video, I mentioned that my daughter requested a traditional Christmas, which meant red and green, where I typically just decorate with all neutrals. So it was very different for me and out of my comfort zone, but I did it with a very luxe vibe. So it was a very high-end traditional Christmas, and it is turning out really well. But here in our bedroom, I just want to keep it very simple and calming because I like to go to bed in here and not feel like overwhelmed. I do have a rotating base on this tree, and I'm going to leave the link down below because it is really nice to have, especially if you just want to turn on your trees and not use any ornaments, which I love doing. Last year, if you go back and watch my Christmas decorate for me last year, I did a forest theme and I did not use any ornaments. I just used a ton of trees that were pre-lit. It was gorgeous, it was beautiful, and so I'm just going to kind of recreate that in this space with just one tree, so that way it can rotate easily and I don't have to worry about like any ornaments or bulbs or anything falling off.
Christmas is right here. Hold on, it's time for it to reappear. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Oh yeah, the Christmas spirit's coming on. Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease.
This tree did not require a lot of fluffing, so I highly recommend this tree, but pencil trees are probably more like that. But if your tree needs to be fluffed, definitely take the time to do that before you decorate it. I know it's not fun and it's tedious, but it's going to pay off in the end. Like, no matter how much you decorate that, it's gonna look 10 times better if you took the time to fluff it. So I know you don't wanna do it, but remind yourself when you're putting up the tree, Ashley said to fluff, fluff, fluff.
Love is in the air, my heart is filled with peace. It comes back every year just to set my mind at ease. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Oh, Christmas is a part of me. Christmas is a part of me. Hey, oh, yeah. Christmas is a part of me. Oh, yes it is. Ooh, Christmas is a part of me. Oh, yeah. Say, ooh, Christmas is a part of me.
Now it's time to figure out the rest of this room. So I didn't want to bring in a Christmas tree and then leave in that olive tree. It just seemed very summery to me, especially with the winter tree in the other corner. So we went ahead and took that out to the garage for the time being. I was gonna try to put the chair in there, but that didn't work either. So I actually moved it to my office and it works really well. I don't know that it's gonna be moved back. So when I go to move this tree, I'm gonna have to find a new piece for it. So last minute, I decided that I did not want to put just a blanket underneath it. It wasn't looking right. And so I wanted to use this like tree base, tree skirt. You guys told me what it was in my first video. I could not remember what it's called. Collar, a tree collar. And I was hoping I could get lucky and just push it over it, which it didn't work. So I'm telling you, this like Christmas decorating did not go smoothly. Like we dropped the first tree, we had to do this one. I don't know. We just had a lot of like kinks, which is totally fine. It was the first year decorating this house. I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I was going to put things, but we totally made it work. But I really do love these tree collars. They just look so much cleaner, and then they're easier to vacuum around. But I mean, as always, like skirts are always pretty too. So I found this like fur comforter with shams at Costco. It was a really good deal. I'll link it down below. No, I don't think it's online. If it's online, I'll link it. If not, that means I can't. But it's just perfect for winter, especially if you have like a cold room in your house. They came in different sizes. I want to say there was just 2 colors. There was the one I have and then a gray one, but I felt like it would just feel so like luxe and high end on the bed. And like I said, then if you need it for warmth, it's going to feel so good in the dead of winter. This is very my vibe for Christmas time. So you get this winter feel, you have the Christmas tree, but everything's like very simple and clean, but there's a lot of like cozy textures in the space. So this is kind of a sneak peek for next year. Now obviously I'll have more decor in our living spaces, but I'm excited to try that look out too. I feel like every year we kind of just tweak it a little bit. We kind of use what we have, but then figure out how to turn it into a different style. So this traditional luxe has been amazing, and I'm hoping I can keep it. I'm like crossing my fingers, but I also really enjoy this style as well. Now we're gonna move on into our movie room, and I was actually really excited for this space. This is a different day, so if you see us in different outfits, that's why, but we were so tired from decorating, and Savannah had to get to dance class, so this is day 2 of decorating. We have been planning this tree for a while because this is where our actual like big Christmas tree is going. Since it wouldn't fit in our living room, I wanted to put it in here. Plus, this is where we're going to be watching all of our like Christmas movies, and I thought it would be so cool and so fun to have. Now last year I used this tree with like the clear lights, but it has different settings and has a multicolor, which Savannah was really wanting color this year. So I told her we could do that. She picked out these bright red bulbs, and then like months before Christmas even started, you know, Hobby Lobby puts their stuff out super early. I had found like popcorn garland for the tree, and I grabbed it. So we're gonna do like a movie style tree in this space, and I cannot wait to show you how it turns out.
The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way, but as long as you're around, everything will be okay.
So we were trying to get this tree up quickly because we actually had workers coming in and out of our house. Having a new build, people are still like working on things that get broke, and we had a propane guy still doing like a final test, and so he had come inside, so we were trying to grab George, but in that Chase had just like thrown up this section, and you can tell as I put it down, I'm like, wait a second, this isn't right. But it definitely takes me a second. If you watch us, I think Savannah figures it out before I do. But basically we put them in different order. I think if I remember right, this tree can be 2 different heights. So if I want to just take one of those layers out, I can still put the like small top on, so it can be like 7 foot or 9 foot. This isn't like the viral tree that everyone's talking about that sold out, but I did get this from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, but I waited until after Christmas, and so we got it half off. So like, I know if you need a tree, you have to get it early so you have it for the year, but if you're just now thinking like, hey, I could use a new tree next year, or I can make this one work for now, do it and then go after Christmas, and you save a ton of money.
I longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Whoa, oh, oh. La da da da, oh, oh, oh. La da da da, oh, oh, oh. La da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby,
It's so nice having Savannah old enough to help me because she can like stand back and see where the holes are, where there needs to be a bulb and what size. Sometimes when you're doing it yourself, just remember to stand back because up close it's like making sense, but when you stand back further in the room, you start to really see like where the holes are. Do you need to fluff it? Do you need to add a bulb? And just a reminder, just in case you don't watch that first video, try to put bulbs even inside the tree. I know it seems like they're going to be hidden, but those are the ones that stand out the most, and it just gives a lot of dimension. So you can get the smaller cheap bulbs for that, and then your nicer one put on the end so they're seen more.
I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year is just gonna be.
So I remembered that I had some gold bulbs left over from like a previous year, and I thought it would be good just to add a little color contrast in here. Plus I felt like it was pulling kind of those popcorn vibes since we're here in the movie room, and it really did help a lot. And you're gonna notice we don't add a ton of gold, but it's just enough to break it up. So sometimes you don't need a ton of ornaments, you just need a few to kind of space them out and to make a big impact.
Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again. To see you again.
I am so excited to use this space to watch Christmas movies. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm sure we'll be starting that very soon. But now we're going to head back out to our entryway because I found this runner I had, and it's like fur. I've used it at like the bottom of our bed. We have an ottoman. We've had it in our guest bedroom, but I thought it would look cool on these ottomans in our entryway. I love that it has fur and has all that texture, but it also felt like snow to me, so I thought it was going to be the perfect balance. And then I'm also going to show you in the next clip, I kind of tweaked our coffee table tray, and then after that I'm going to start showing you all the afters right here. So if you want to see everything we did in part 1 and part 2, if you haven't watched part 1 and you want to be surprised, definitely pause here and go watch that one. But if not, here are all the after clips of everything we've been working on.
It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Summer ended, but we did not. We started something.
If you see anything in these clips that you like, I'm gonna link as much as I can down below in my description box. If you don't see it, you can also just click on my Amazon storefront. It may be there. You can ask a question. If it's available, I'm gonna try to get it linked for you, just in case you're preparing to decorate your home for Christmas.
Had something in store for us. We're falling in love. Hey. Say. Walking around, you and me. The Christmas time's got the best of me. Then it starts to snow in our heart. We both know that we're falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear we're falling in love. It's true this part of the year. Something.
Okay, if you made it to this point of the video, I am super impressed because it's over 2.5 hours long. But I want to know, so either comment down below your favorite emoji, or maybe you're not on your phone, you're on a desktop, or can't do it for whatever reason, just type emoji in, or just put like smiley face or whatever, because I want to see how many of you actually made it to the end of today's video.
For us, 'cause we're falling in love. That's right.
You'll have to let me know your favorite spot that I decorated. Did you like the entryway? Was it the mud room? Was it the guest bedroom? Maybe the movie room, the living room, the dining room? We worked on so many spaces, but I'd love to hear which area is your favorite and when you're decorating for Christmas. Have you already decorated, or do you wait and decorate after Thanksgiving, or do you have to do something like in between? Thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you for making it to the end. It really does help me more than you know, and I just appreciate you being here with me and just watching my content. I hope you guys always enjoy it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell turned on so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.